So Saad's out today. I'm going to run the SIG. Looks like we have a pretty light agenda. Just a reminder that we're recording and this is public. Michelle, did you start recording?
I think so.
Okay. So this is the May 10th Storage Special Interest Group meeting. We have a couple agenda items. First, we'll start with the planning, and then doesn't look like we have any design PRs, design reviews, or PRs to discuss. So we'll probably end a little bit early after talking about the face-to-face next week. So on planning, we have a little bit more time left on development. Just want to make sure that everything's going as planned and that the features that we have listed as started or in progress are actually in progress. And if there's anything that's not listed here as started, but is slated for 111, that we mark it accordingly. So the first feature, make volume dynamic provisioning topology aware. Michelle, is this still on track?
Yeah, so we're still in the middle of design discussions. There's just one piece of the design that's currently outstanding, but I think the rest of the design is fine, and we've started implementation on those parts. So I think as for the 111 deliverables, we might not be able to deliver everything in the proposal, but we can, we'll be able to deliver some pieces of it.
Okay. Is there anything from this we need to talk about in the face-to-face next week to close out the open item?
Yeah, I intend to discuss the one open design issue next week.
Okay, cool. Kubernetes to CSI topology implementation. Michelle, is this started or not going to be done?
I think I can kind of do this too. This is a design item, I think. More design than implementation.
Okay. So you haven't started, but we're not read on it yet, correct?
Yeah, I think this release, we're just planning on design and not actually implementing.
Okay. Same with the CSI topology support.
Let's see. Saad is working on this one. I think he needs to propose the topology stuff we're doing into CSI. So that will be ongoing.
Okay. GCE PD topology integration.
Yeah, so both of these items, I think these were kind of they're dependent on the number 2. So these two might be a bit tight to actually get in the 111 timeframe, but I think we can do little pieces of it here and there and at least get some parts in.
Okay. We don't have someone identified for AWS EBS.
So I think there's someone deep from Docker. Yeah.
You can put my name down there.
Yeah, he's volunteered to actually work on both the GCE and AWS parts.
What's your GitHub ID?
D. DeBroy. So D followed by the last name.
D. DeBroy, like that? Okay. Has this been started or is this just something you're planning on?
I just started at midweek. Got the dump from Michelle around what needs to be done, and so starting on it.
All right. So this has started. We don't need a feature repo for this, do we? It's too late for it anyways.
I know. I opened a feature issue for it already, but it's already past the thing. But I don't know. We might be able to clump it mostly into number 2.
Yeah, just roll it up into number 2.
Oh, sorry, not that one. I mean row number 2.
Okay. Deep, you'll probably have to update that feature to call this out too, right?
Yeah, let me actually, I have a feature issue open for this in particular. Let me update that with the actual feature. Also, I think Hemant should be the reviewer on the AWS side, since I don't know anything about AWS.
Okay. Next, we have local volume dynamic provisioning.
Yeah. So on this front, I think there's one change needed in the plugin that Yuquan is working on. And then there is a external provisioner part that could probably go in after, that can go in independently of Kubernetes.
Okay, so that started, well, not necessarily started, but still slated for 1 month.
Yeah, it started.
Okay. Add support for online volume resizing.
Yeah, there's already a PR open. I think we need to review it, and the design. I don't think there are any outstanding issues in the design, so we need to review both the design and the PR. But it's started, and it's like almost done actually. But we might need to add some tests and stuff.
We need final review, and then
Yeah, we need some end-to-end tests. Yeah.
Hey Hemant, this is Yogesh. Yeah,
Hey.
I'm working on the tests. I have already added like 4 or 5 tests.
Okay.
I'll add a couple of more, and then I'll talk to you and upload the PR.
All right. So the key thing is that the test has to be tweaked to do the online resizing, and the current tests are like they believe they do the pod restart. So we have to tweak the tests for online resizing.
Okay, I can talk to you offline on that one.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
okay. So the moving volume expansion to beta, is this?
Yeah, this is in progress. This should be pretty small change. I haven't started on it yet because it should be literally just turning the flag on those things, like changing the flag, the feature flag, and making it default. But yeah, it should be done. And there's a proposal and everything. So
Okay. Add support for volume expansion in CSI. I know you had that on yesterday.
yeah, there's a CSI discussion going on. There was some comments on this thing, the CSI PR. I need to follow up and I need to get it. So it's in progress.
Oops. Okay. Volume snapshot restore design.
Yeah, so we do have a proposal for this one. We can talk about this more next week, face to face. And move snapshots controlling tree. Yeah, so that is so I'm working on the coding. So that's work in progress.
So this has started?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, so that one, there are still some comments going on. I'm still addressing them, but getting close.
Okay. Excellent. And then Hemant, the max volume per node count.
Yeah, so there's a design PR obviously out, and I have like finished most of the coding, so I'll open the PR by tomorrow or something for the coding, and I need to update the design as well a little bit. So, but yeah, it's pretty well on track.
Okay. Good. PB health monitoring.
I am.
This.
Yeah, I think we haven't had any progress on this since last we met, right, Michelle?
Yeah, so when we last met, there was some concern about the reaction part, but maybe this time around in the face-to-face, we can try to focus on just like the monitoring and reporting part.
Okay. That's what-
I think you have to remove the equals.
Well, the equals, it's going to be a formula. I don't know how to concatenate a string into that. We'll just leave it. We'll go through and look at the stuff at the face-to-face and pull out the items. All right, block volume support to beta. Does anybody know progress has been made on this? I don't think Erin's on this call. She's presenting at Summit. All right, I will leave this one and try to follow up with her. CSI block volume support.
Yeah,
So
I've started.
Good.
Is Vladimir? I've started on this, and
This has been started.
yeah, I'm ramping up this week, but I've started.
All right, cool. Prepare CSI for GA and Q3. I think this has started.
Yeah, this has not been discussed yet. I mean, other than what we're doing for natural progression, hasn't been a specific discussion yet.
All right, so Saad had a list to start. I'll leave it at that until
Okay.
we clarify. Design migration story for Intreat CSI plugins. David, are you still working on this, or has this been started?
Yeah, so I think David and Jan have been working on a design doc for this, and we'll probably discuss it at the face-to-face.
Okay.
Yeah, their major concern was the ability to roll back. If we don't roll back, then it makes it easier for them, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Replace volume reconstruction with kubelet checkpoint. Vlad,
Sorry.
did you get started on this?
Oh, no, there hasn't been any movement on that. I'll circle back this week to talk to Jan to see what we're doing there.
Okay. Then we have move GCE cloud provider disk API to auto-generate code.
Yeah, so a PR has been out for that. I think it's under review.
CSI kubelet device plugin integration.
The status is still not started yet, but I do plan to reach out to Saad to kick off some kind of something this week.
Okay.
Can you explain what is that actually?
So this is the effort to replace the current mechanism that does discover. Well, actually, there's little discovery right now, the automatic discovery, but to replace it with the plugin, the device plugin mechanism. I think that's in beta right now. To use that as a way of discovering CSI drivers. So that's the intent.
Okay.
Okay, so next one, plan the breakup of the external storage repo. This is in progress, and I'll have something for the face-to-face to discuss. And we have containerized kubelet issues and 10 tests. This I'm still sorting out. Let's say it's started, but I don't have anything to officially present.
Jan also has a PR out to fix the bug.
Right, the bugs that were identified for in the subpath fix. Okay, so host path volumes reconstruction support.
Yeah, I volunteered for this one 2 weeks ago, but I haven't actually started working on it yet. I've been doing CSI stuff. I do plan on addressing this one after the face-to-face.
Okay. Improved service account token volumes. I think Mike just stopped by the SIG a couple of weeks ago for this, but I don't know if he has status on it.
Yeah, I think Saad is reviewing the PRs.
Is this safe to put in started, or they will wait for
Yeah,
Saad?
there's already PRs out for it, I think.
All right. Delete iSCSI devices on unmount.
Yeah, this PR is in review. I'm getting attention on the review, and there's some good comments, so I'll be pushing more commits to this one.
Okay. Provide environment variable expansion and subpath mount.
I've been reviewing this one. The PR is almost ready to go.
Okay, excellent. Bring storage object in use protection feature to GA. Pat, are you on the call?
There's already a PI for this, and it's pretty small change, so I think we should be able to merge it.
There's one more PR we need for this though. It's the one to handle the backwards compatibility issue when you turn off the feature in 110.
Yeah, there's a PI for that also, right?
Yeah, there's a PR out, but I think it's been stuck in approvals for a month or more now.
Okay. All right, I think we need. We'll have someone look at it and bring it up to date if needed. Okay. Brad, is that fair?
Yep. And then we have last review EDE for storage.
Right, Brad. This Kiran. We just added that as a tracker item so that we can audit the current E2E test cases and come up with missing pieces. I've just got it started on this one.
So I know there's been effort on this in the past. Erin and her team were working on this at one point. I'm not sure what happened to that. Have you started this? And is this something that you've looked at since we put the item here, or is it just kind of a placeholder?
It's a placeholder. I picked it up from a couple of weeks back from the root cause analysis meeting.
Okay.
I'll reach out to Erin and see if she's already done something.
Okay, so this hasn't really been started. It's probably something we should talk about at the face-to-face. Are you going to be at the face-to-face?
Yes, I'll be at the face-to-face.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's it for our 111 feature stuff. Is there any design reviews or PRs that people want to discuss? Okay, so last item on our list is the face-to-face next week. Steve, do you want to say anything on this?
I think that most of it should be recorded in the document. If you scroll down on the meeting list to the meeting before this, the link is there. Technically, the cutoff was last Friday, but a few people made inquiries, and I looked the other way while their names were added. So I think we're up to 42 or 43 people now. If anybody did say they were attending and won't, please remove your name from the list. It might be too late. Somebody with VMware was making the final count available to the facility. So I just would like to avoid wasting a bunch of food because it gets ordered in advance. And I think today is the last day for us to turn that in. And in the notes, it's at some rented facility called Opal in downtown Mountain View on Castro Street, which I think is the main drag. I have never actually been there before. So I looked at the pictures online and somebody else booked the facility. There is no parking there, but it looks like there's a public free parking lot about a block away. Other thing, we'll finally reach out to see if any organization wants to sponsor a group dinner on Tuesday night. I found that really valuable for meeting people in the past. We can just do one informally, but if somebody has the resources to pick up the tab, that would be great. Even if not, if there's anybody familiar with that Mountain View area, perhaps you could suggest a venue or two in the agenda doc. The best thing, I think, would be something that has some very large tables so that we, if we need to break up into small tables of 4, you can't really meet that many people. And then something that offers alternatives for vegetarians. I think a couple times ago, that pizza place we went to in Santa Clara actually worked out pretty well. So something, if there's anything along the lines of that somebody's familiar with in Mountain View, why don't you put a link to it in the document? And other than that, I guess we'll just see you there next Tuesday morning for the 40-some people who are attending.
Okay. All right, Steve, if people have trouble getting access to the venue, is there a call number to?
I'll put it in there. The facility itself has a number, and I think my email is there. I'll have my cell with me, so if you hit me on that, it should be viable.
Okay, cool.
There's also, I think I dropped a Google Maps link too, so I think that that should let you find the place. I don't think it's very obscure. And just in case something happens to me, Clint Kitson is the backup associated with the VMware sponsorship of the venue. So getting in touch with him should work. He's planning on being there too.
Okay, cool. So everybody remember to add items to the agenda. Steve, is this still unlocked for agenda items?
Yeah, it's open to members of the group. I've actually had like 2 or 3 people send me emails saying they couldn't open it, but the problem is that they weren't logged on to the same account used for their Storage SIG group membership. And I've become sort of a nitpicker because I recently became chair of a different SIG on Kubernetes and got coached on the community governance standards. And for Kubernetes, you're actually supposed to have the documents restricted to members. There have been some unfortunate incidents in other open source projects where anonymous access allowed people to sort of graffiti up documents and make edits. So we're trying to discourage just random anonymous access. And if you join the group and log on to Google Plus as whatever ID you join the group with, you'll automatically have edit access. But if you've got a couple different emails and aliases under Google and you go in with a different one from what you used to join the group, it isn't going to work, and that's by design. So, and if we have people who have yet to join the group formally, just go to Google Plus and join it. It's a requirement for document access.
All right. So I look forward to this face-to-face. I think this will be a lot of information. Looks like we have a lot of topics to cover. And hopefully that'll get us set up good for the 111 release.
Hey, Steve, do you know if the facility is will allow remote streaming, or are they
Well,
plan to remote stream it?
The contract we signed says they're providing Wi-Fi. You know, whether they have restrictions on that, I didn't ask. I'm going to assume that it's open, but I haven't verified that.
Okay.
In the past, when we've gone to these things, there have been issues. So anybody counting on accessing this meeting remote, all I can say is good luck, because, you know, the typical microphones in a laptop aren't going to pick up everybody in a group of 40. And the whole point of these is that, of these face-to-faces, is the face-to-face interaction. So we'll attempt to do the standard Zoom, but your mileage may vary on the experience if you join via that mechanism. I can't make any promises on, you know, what it's going to be like. It's really unlikely that we're going to be able to situate a camera to take in everyone in a group of 40, for example, and pick that up. And then, you know, unless we engaged with remote microphones, which I did not make any arrangements for, it's entirely possible that comments coming from the larger group aren't going to be picked up.
We might be able to provide get a webcam and speakers set up. I think we have, for a lot of SIG meetings, they use it, so we might be able to borrow it.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, well, we'll make best efforts, but I think that at this stage, no promises. I encourage anybody to attend in person. That's kind of the point of having these versus the standard bi-weekly meetings.
Okay. So anything else on the face-to-face? Any questions, comments? All right. That's all I had for the agenda items. Any last minute things we want to talk about? Going once, going twice. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.